Alright, so yeah, I want to make a landscape. I had this vision in my mind about a sort of a forest scene with a house and these clouds passing by, and like I was thinking lightning. So yeah, I want to make a landscape, a little tiny landscape. I have made these little tiles. I've made a little house over here, and I've made these little like corners of the river, or a water feature, and a rock, some like cross hatching, stump with an axe, and yeah, and this tiny little house. And then I made these two trees, but I made them so that they fit on this like 8x8 grid. So this is 16x16, this little chunk here. And you can kind of mix and match different segments to create different kinds of things. So on the map, like this demo is a little a little like in the cooking shows when they kind of like pull a half-finished thing out of the cupboard or whatever. But yeah, I went ahead and I used these little chunks and stuff to draw this landscape. Let's shrink this. Okay, shrink the cursor. So I drew this little landscape. So there's this rivery thing and this little lake and this house, and I've used the trees. And you'll notice that it looks a little wacky right now because you have this like jagged blue outline over everything, and that's because I'm going to use this blue as the transparent color and black as a printed color. So that's one of the tricks that I'm going to show you today. So let me give you some tricks for how to draw on this view. So I'm using the tab key to toggle between these two. If you press Shift Tab, you can hide everything, like the whole interface, but you can still use the space key to turn on the hand, and then you can drag your screen around. But with this view, you can kind of like get exactly what you want from your art. You can see exactly 16x16 tiles of the map. They appear on the screen, and this is how your final game will look when you print those 16x16. Because with the menu on and in the view where you can like pick the different tiles to draw with, you can't really get the idea of what the whole thing will look like. So let me give you some more tricks. You can, how do you do that? Oh yeah, shift click or just drag, no, shift click, yeah. And then you can select multiple things from the sprite sheet. You can right click on a tile and it will put a kind of eyedropper that particular tile for you, and then you can draw with that. This 0, 0 tile is always delete. So that's the only tile that you cannot draw you can't draw on the map. The 0, 0 is the eraser, basically. Another trick that's kind of handy. Command click is bucket fill that ignores like borders. So it will color fill everything that's the exact same tile will now become the new tile. So I'm pressing command click on a Mac or control click. I feel like control click works as well. So yeah, that's super handy. And you can kind of like, say you want just a little corner or maybe like a row of stumps. You can control click this and then pick the selection tool, like move it somewhere, and then yeah, holding down space you can move around. Right click to eyedrop, click this away from the selection to make it go away. You can use, oh whoops, I'm drawing with the 0, but let's use, I don't know, let's use these rocks. You can draw a circle of rocks by using these same painting tools on the map that you would draw with in the slide. You can zoom out and draw a bigger circle of stones. Right, so maps, super fun. So yeah, so that's the basics of drawing on the map. Read the documentation. It has other like useful information about how to do that. So okay, I have drawn, where's my shift tab? I've drawn this little background, and I am going to replace everything that's blue with transparent, and I'm going to print the background. We're going to draw a little ground that's like a rectangle of a different color, and I'll put a circle up here, and then I'll have the little cloud kind of like travel around and then travel again, and sometimes it'll like flash with lightning. And so that's my plan, that's my vision, and now I'm going to realize it. All right, so where's my tool? Okay, so we have nothing here. So let's put something there. Draw function. Give me an update. I'm going to use it. All right, so just putting some boilerplate down. And so we're going to use functions. What functions are we going to use? Well, first let's draw their map. Well, let's clear the screen, and for the background color, I'm going to use 1. I'll make it like a night scene, right? So we're going to use the map function to grab a chunk of the map and just regular map. And so cell X, cell Y. So I think our map starts from, and again, you can hover and it'll show you the coordinates of a different cell on the map. So I know for a fact that we are over here in the top left corner of the map. That's the cell X, cell Y that it's asking for. So that's 0, 0. So 0, 0. And then screen X, screen Y. Again, that's also 0, 0, because I want to print it on the entire screen. And then cell width, cell height, and that's 16 by 16, because that is what our map is. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and ditto this way. You can see the little dots are kind of helping you along. 16 by 16. Whoops, I don't want to rock in the sky. So let's try this. All right, that's something. Like black is still being printed as the translucent color. So this is kind of what it looks like. It's kind of interesting. It's very dramatic. It's kind of like a scene that would be illuminated by moonlight. So let's put some moon in there. We want moon right here. So make it 7. Dun dun dun. That's nice. But that's not what I was going for. I'm gonna make it yellow. That also works. And then I'm going to draw a ground. So 0 to 90, 0, 90, well, 0x 90y, so it's like hereabouts or somewhere around here. And then we're going to take it all the way to this corner, which is 127, 127, 127, 127. And let's make the ground black. All right, so okay, well, this is doing something. So here we're printing a moon. we're printing the ground, we're printing the sky in blue, but we're still not doing that transparent business that we wanted to do, like namely convert the blue in our sprites into the transparent color and have it print black. So for that, we're going to use the palette function to change the transparencies around the way that we want them / need them right before we draw our map on the screen. So right here, I'm going to say palette, and then how does palette work? Let's open the documentation. Command F, palette. All right, set transparency for color index to T boolean. Transparency is observed by these functions, and so passing true with a C of 8 will make red transparent. So like if you press false, then it's not transparent. So like color 8 it is correct that it is transparent. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to say color 0, it is false that it is transparent. And color 1, it is true that it is transparent. And so, and then let's do palette over here that will reset our transparency. So just in case we can print whatever we want, however we want over here, and it's going to be using the default printing systems, whatever. But then we're going to make some changes over here, and then everything that comes afterwards is going to follow those rules until we reset it, right? So it says that, here it says it, palette resets to default, all colors opaque except for color 0. So that's like normal situation, and that's what we want to do. All right, cool. So let's try this. All right, that's something. It's very ugly. This is not what I envisioned at all, and that's because the stuff that is coming up in this like lavender color, I envisioned that would show up only when lightning sort of flashes from the little cloud. So let's make some other like palette swapping decisions right here. So I'm going to say palette 6 is going to be 0. So now I'm using the PAL, which there's two different ways to use PAL. You can pass it a table, or you can pass it to different colors. So I'm doing that. So I'm saying everything that is this color is going to be this color. So everything that is 6 is going to be 0. So 6 is gray is going to be 0. Do I have anything that's 6? No, I don't need to be doing 6. Yeah, why am I doing 6? It should be whatever, 13. 13. All right, so everything that's 13 is going to be black. Bam. Okay, now this is something. This is what I want. Okay, so now let's draw our little cloud. And I'm going to draw it underneath everything over here. So we have a bunch of stuff drawn over here, so I'm going to give myself some comments so that I know what these different sections are. So this is where we draw background. And this section here is map. And then this section here is going to be cloud. Okay, so I'm going to use a sprite for the cloud. And I'm going to begin with, I guess, this cloud. So that's the 0 sprite. I'll make some kind of logic in a second that randomizes which cloud runs. But let's start with the 0 one. Just make it simple for ourselves, and then we'll complicate it once it works. So let's put it at I don't know, 50x and 0y. So we're gonna like glue it to the top of the screen, and then where's the sprite? There we go. Okay, so n, 0, that's the number of the sprite. X, y, where we're drawing them on the screen, we're drawing them at 50, 0. Width height is 4, because this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So this is a number that's in sort of in tiles of the sprite sheet, not in the pixel values of the sprite sheet. So 4, 4. Where are we? Oh, that's so weird. Width height, and then flip x, flip y, whatever. We don't need any of that stuff. So let's see. Oh, whoops. Why is he black? Oh, because, okay. So it's because my cloud has this 13 color in here. It's like, it looks more lavendery when it's on black, but this kind of grayish blue color, and because I am changing the palette over here, this guy is being polluted. So easy way to deal with that is to interrupt it and use just an empty palette call to, where's palette? There it is. Oh, that's the table version. Here we go. Palette resets to system defaults, including transparency values and fill pattern, right? So this brings it to how it is at the beginning of everything. So always a good practice whenever you do some kinds of like things that might interfere with how you've drawn your sprites, to kind of reset your drawing decisions, like the palette swaps and like patterns and stuff like that. Okay, so let's try that again. Bam. Okay, so now we have a cloud. It's just hovering there. That's boring. Let's make it move across the screen.